Good evening, everyone. This all feels a bit weird, doesn't it, being back together after, just well over a year of not really seeing anyone. But, from my perspective, a fantastic time for us to get together and a brilliant evening, really, to celebrate the work that we've been doing and we're going to be doing with and through Adecco. And so I just wanted to spend a few moments really talking about why all of this matters so much, especially now, and then what we've been doing on the Purpose Coalition and Adecco's really central role in that work as it's steadily progressed. I'd like to start by saying a few thank yous. We're going to hear from Alex Fleming later, but a massive thank you to you, Alex, for your leadership, and Sandhya as well, who's put a huge amount of effort in, not just in terms of getting the event organised today, but really getting us to the point with this action plan where we can publish it this evening. I'd like to say a big thank you to Seema and also Milton. I was going to say partners in crime, we never committed any crime, who I know from days in Westminster, both massively passionate about opportunity. A big thank you to Lord Walney, the artist formerly known as John Woodcock, for also being part of this push and really within the Lords alongside people like Lord Bird, really pushing the levelling up agenda in both sides of the Houses of Parliament. And of course, a massive thank you to Robbie Gibb. Every time. Robbie Moore. I should say Robbie Gibb is etched in my memory, not because of the Bee Gees, actually, but because he was, importantly, the head of communications at Number 10 when I was at the DFE, and I spent a lot of time talking to Robbie about messaging. But we have Robbie Moore, more importantly, who is a new MP, but I think a genuine star of the future, who is heading up the levelling up goals work within Parliament and really heading up this very cross-party group that we've got with people like Margaret Hodge, who's obviously a London MP right here, but also MPs like Lisa Cameron from the SNP, Jonathan Edwards of Plaid Cymru. This is the only thing that people in Parliament agree on alongside climate change. And so what we've always tried to do with the levelling up goals, and what Robbie has done brilliantly for us, is to help a wider Parliament understand that they really transcend party politics. And whilst we might have some debates that I think are healthy in a democracy actually about how we achieve these 14 levelling up goals, the architecture and having a standard almost that we can talk about really, really matters. Because when I asked myself, whilst I was in government, why levelling up is so hard to deliver, fundamentally it's because it's complex. And it's also because no one group of stakeholders can deliver it on their own. So it's not just about government, it's not just about business, it's not just about communities and societal change. And the real trick to this is how we get people working together. To get them working together, we have to have people talking a common language, and it's fantastic to have Jane Harrington here, VC of the University of Greenwich. One of the things we've worked on is to make sure that London as a city doesn't get left out of the levelling up message and the levelling up agenda. Jane's students literally do their studying in the shadow, as it were, of the city behind them. They can literally see opportunity central, but in practice it's a lot harder to get those opportunities. So every single part of our country needs a levelling up plan. Where are we going with all of this? Well, we have the levelling up goals. I would say they're not rocket science, but you know what? No one else has come up with them other than the Purpose Coalition and businesses like Adecco and the universities like Greenwich, all sitting down and saying, right, if we break this down, what does it break down into? So we have 14 levelling up goals. And what we're now doing is working with amazing businesses like Adecco, incredible universities like Greenwich that really are at the cutting edge of delivering levelling up on the ground. And we're doing that through using the goal framework, which breaks levelling up down into some digestible challenges that are big challenges, but if we fix them, we will become much more leveled up as a country. And then organisations saying, as we're publishing today, what's my contribution to these levelling up goals? Which are the ones we're really going to pick and try and make a difference on, and how are we actually going to measure them? And I literally just did a seminar with Ian Dale. A lot of you will know he's a presenter on LBC. We've got him doing features on each of our levelling up goals, and we've called them seminars. And we were just doing one with the University of Lincoln and with Pennon Group, who own South West Water, so very much focused on rural social mobility. But by the end of it, he said, I know, what if we got every organisation to do a levelling up plan? Then we would really start to be able to fix this. And I was like, yes, Ian, that is exactly right. And of course, tonight, we are in a position of being able to launch the levelling up plan that Adecco has got. So the final thing I really wanted to say was, often on social mobility, we talk about individuals and we say, you can't be what you can't see. And in a sense, what I steadily realised, and thinking about what I wanted to try and say tonight really crystallised it, is it's the same for businesses. You can't be what you can't see. And some of the companies that we talk to about levelling up really want to do more, but they're just not sure what that looks like. And so these sorts of plans, and the one that we're publishing tonight, and putting really Adecco at the heart of this, because recruitment is opportunities what you do, it's really important, because you're literally allowing other businesses to be what they are seeing in terms of reading your plan and seeing your ideas and what you're doing. And it's why we've always wanted to open source this, because I think you can genuinely give some aspiration and ambition to other companies that want to do the right thing, but just aren't really that sure how to go about doing it. And that's all of our work that we've done through the Social Mobility Pledge, and then at the core of that, these activist organisations like Adecco, called the Purpose Coalition. So really fantastic to do all this work. Really looking forward to what's ahead. We're in the foothills of this. I think in about 5-10 years' time, we will know much, much more about how business drives opportunity and spreads it more strategically. I like to think that other countries will be using the levelling up goals, because they're such a smart architecture for how business can contribute. And I hope, above all, that we'll have had a real impact on opportunity and lives across our country, but especially for some of those people for whom opportunity is the least hard to come by, and especially after COVID, for whom we can make probably the biggest difference in unlocking their talent. Anyway, fantastic stuff, thank you. And over to you, Seema.